juicy plums, cozy spices, and a crumble that's healthy enough for breakfast? Yes, you can have it all. Keep watching, because you're going to want to make this on repeat while plums are still in season. Hi friends, Stephanie here. Right now, plums are at their sweetest and juiciest, and I've got the perfect way to enjoy them. Today, I'll show you how to make adorable single-serving plum crumbles that feel like the best of both worlds. A little taste of late summer sunshine with just a hint of cozy fall spices like cinnamon and cloves. I think you'll be surprised how easy this is. So let's get started. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and place 4 ceramic baking dishes on a baking sheet, preferably one with a rim so that they won't slide off as you're moving them to and from the oven. In a mixing bowl, combine 3/4 of a cup of rolled oats, 1½ tablespoons of almond flour, 1½ tablespoons of oat flour, a tablespoon of ground flax seed, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. If you'd like, and this is entirely optional, you can add some chopped pecans and walnuts to the topping mixture as well. Just a small handful of each would be the perfect amount, and it'll add some amazing flavor and crunch to your topping mixture if you choose to go that route. Mix all of your topping ingredients together really well until the oats are evenly coated. In a smaller bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of water with 2 tablespoons of date syrup and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk these together very well. I like to use a fork for this, but if you have a whisk, even better. If you've never used date syrup before, it has only one ingredient, dates, so it's a nice alternative to more processed sweeteners as it consists entirely of fruit. You can order this on Amazon, or you can just make your own at home by blending some pitted dates with water. Pour the date syrup mixture over the oat mixture, and then stir it all together until you see no more dry streaks. And then we can set that aside for now. Chop 3 medium plums into a small dice. The way I like to chop plums is to use a serrated edge knife and run the blade all the way through the exact center of the plum, all the way around the pit. From here I can twist the plum open and then cut the half without the pit in half again, and then chop each quarter into a small dice. To remove the pit from the second half, place the pit side facing down, slice the plum in half all the way to the pit, and then hold your knife down on the pit and with your other hand twist away the opposite half of the plum. And then to remove the pit from the final quarter, just slice a notch underneath the pit. 1 slice on each side should do it, and the pit will come right out, and then you can dice the remaining quarter. Collect about a ½ cup of your diced plums into a measuring cup and transfer them to a small blender. Add a tablespoon of pure maple syrup, and then 1 to 2 tablespoons of water, depending on how juicy your plums are. So if your plums are juicier, you may only need 1 tablespoon, whereas if they're not quite as ripe, you can add 2. I'll place the blade on the blender cup and give these a quick whiz. And then we'll add 1 teaspoon of arrowroot powder to the blender cup as well. Arrowroot is an herb, and you can find it in the spice aisle of your grocery store, or you can order it online. Basically, it thickens this juice so that it'll give our plum crumble a delicious, thicker consistency. So we'll blend this all together one more time until it's smooth. Divide the remaining diced plums evenly among the 4 baking dishes. Then divide the blended plum juice among the 4 baking dishes as well. I ended up with about 2 tablespoons of the juice per baking dish. Now we'll just stir the plums in the juice so that they're evenly coated, and then press the plums into the dish with the back of your spoon. I'll fluff up the crumble topping with my spoon and then divide this evenly among the baking dishes as well. I'll just set it gently on top of the plums until I've used it all up. Then slide your plum crumble dishes into the oven on the baking sheets, and these will bake for 30 minutes. While they bake, I highly recommend whipping up a batch of sweet vanilla cashew cream to serve on top of these. I showed you how to do this in my apple crisp and in my cinnamon rolls videos, which I'll link below. But to summarize briefly, soak raw cashews in hot water to soften them, and then blend them with just a little bit of water, maple syrup, and vanilla extract until they're smooth. If you store the cashew cream in an airtight container in the fridge, it also thickens as it cools. Once the plum crumbles have baked, the topping will have turned a golden brown, the plum filling will be bubbling, and your kitchen will smell incredible. Allow these to cool a little bit before serving. I'll garnish mine with a dollop of sweet vanilla cashew cream and a dusting of cinnamon or pumpkin spice. I have got to taste this right now. My mouth is watering. It's still a little warm, but I couldn't wait. Delicious. I could probably devour all 4 of these right now. I know I have to keep filming, but I just want to keep eating. Anyway, see how easy that was? I hope you love this recipe. Keep in mind that this one is super versatile. You could do the exact same recipe with peaches, nectarines, figs would be amazing, or cherries, strawberries, blueberries, you name it. The possibilities are basically endless. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And when you make this, please post a photo of your plum crumble masterpiece on social media and tag me at Green Sage Life so I can see it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel too for more whole food plant-based recipes. Thank you so much for baking with me today. Again, I'm Stephanie of Green Sage, wishing you good health and delicious food. I'll see you again next time.